I'm a PISS consumer towards US Bank ReliaCard that was issued to me by the state to access my child support payments off of. I was issued the card in July of 2022, unaware that payments was being loaded onto that card because no one told me that the father had started back paying child support. So I never checked the card for a long time. So what made me aware that there was probably payments starting to come back on my card is when I got a letter from the child support people saying that we're no longer going to do business with the US Bank ReliaCard and that we're going to start to use the way to go debit card as of effective March 1st. So that drew like that drew my attention. So I called my child support caseworker, and before I can get it, what I was calling for, she kind of like already knew, and she started saying that they're not gonna issue any more payments on the ReliaCard effective March 1st. So you will be getting your new card sometime in the mail in the middle of February, but no later than March 1st. I said, can you tell me how much money do I have on my child support card? And she said, yeah, give me a second. So she leaves and come back and she said, well, I see a few payments that was issued on your card. She said, the first payment I see started in, let me see, she put it like, the first payment started in like April for $200. But she say, wait, I'm seeing more. She say, this goes back until April of 2023. He's been making payments. I said, are you sure? She said, yes. She said, based on what I see here, you have a substantial amount of money on your card. She said, he started back making payments several months ago. I said, well, I did not know this. Nobody never told me. I don't have any contact with the father anymore. So there was no way to know that any money was on the US Bank ReliaCard. So when I created an account online, I was like, oh my God, there is money on there. So my next move was to call and get a card because the last one that they issued me out, I lost it. I no longer had it in my possession. So I wasn't worried about it because the man had stopped paying child support. So I just put the card someplace and misplaced it. So when I called the US Bank ReliaCard for them to send me a new one, that's what they did. They sent me a new one and I got it in the mail. So when I activated it, it said I had over $2,500 and some dollars on the card. I say that's way less than what the child support lady told me I had on my card. So I was like jumping for joy. I said, yes, 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 yes. Now I have money to go and get the thing that I so long for. But before I did that, I activated the card. What I found rather strange is when I called the number to activate the card, it wasn't an automated teller like it normally is that asks you for your 16-digit card number. And then they'll also ask you to create a PIN. So instead of getting an automated teller, I got real life people on the phone that was trying to activate my card. And I was rather drawn back by that. I'm like, I've never activated a card where I get a real live person that I have to give my 16-digit card number to along with my PIN. That was really strange to me. So I hung up the phone because I didn't feel comfortable with giving the lady my information. So I hung up the phone and I called the number back. I said, why am I getting a live person when I'm supposed to be getting an automated recording? Because the information I'm putting in is sacred. It's only me and the servicer supposed to know this information. So she said, I can hang up and you could call the other number that she gave me to activate my card. So that's what I did. I called it, I activated it, and I'm like in business. I'm cool. I'm in business. So before I went to the stores to do what I want to do off the card, to make a long story short, I went shopping. My card worked up until uh, February 9th is when I went to Smart and Final. I got a little food and I went home. I went home, didn't think nothing about it. So the morning of the 10th is when all this happened. I received a notification from the fraud department from US Bank ReliaCard saying something fraudulent is happening with my card. Is being used in a place that I would normally use my card, or it was suspect. So if this wasn't you, call them. So that's what I did. I called them, and the lady told me that someone was taking money off my card. It was being used she gave me some numbers at such and such and such a place. Was this you? I said, no, ma'am, that's not me. I said, I'm just getting up. I haven't been anywhere. My card is in my purse, in my wallet. So when I went to go reach for my purse, I had this lady on the phone and she was telling me that, yeah, the person is charging using ATM machine as we speak. I'm like, oh my God. I said, what can I do? I said, I don't have any money. I said, I didn't take any money off my card. So what should I do? So while I was on the phone with her, I was instructing her what I was going to go do before they wiped me out. Mind you, I had over $2,500 child support payment had just posted on my card the morning of for $200. So that made my balance go back up to about 2,500. So I needed money. This is the weekend before the Super Bowl, exactly the day before the Super Bowl, which was on the 11th. I was going to go on the 10th and get my stuff for the Super Bowl, but instead I was going to chase my money to at least try to salvage some of it and stuff like that. While the lady from the fraud department was on the phone, I was going to U.S. Bank because I bank with U.S. Bank also as well. So when I got to the U.S. Bank and was about to make a withdrawal off the card that they had, I don't know where they got the card. I don't know where they got my PIN. I was shaking, nervous. I didn't know what to do. I was just like afraid. Like this never happened to me before. I was like trembling. I was shaking. I was running lights, literally trying to hurry up and get to the bank to take my money off of it. So by the time I get to the bank, the lady's still on the phone. I said, I can't take no money out this ATM machine. It won't give me no money. And she said, oh, that's because they locked your card. She said, because your card has been exceeded the daily allowance, which was $1,000 a day that was allowed to me on that card. I didn't even know that. So that was that. They locked my card. I couldn't use it. So I called the people. I hung up from talking to her because I feel like she wasn't helping me. She was like hurting me. Like she was like in on it. I don't know. I just got this bad feeling about this lady because she was like not trying to instruct me to shut my car down or anything. She was just more concerned about really wasn't concerned about me at all as a consumer, at all. So I had to hang up from talking to her. But oh no, before I did, she said, "You're gonna have to file a dispute." I said, "How long does this dispute take?" She said, "Anywhere between 30 and 90 days." I said, "I don't have no 30 and 90 days to get my money back. I need my money like now. I need my money now. I'm broke. I don't have any money." She said, "Well, you can do your own dispute. You can put the information." She said, "You can put what the fraud is for, how much money they took off you, send your driver's license, identify yourself, identify your transactions and stuff like that." By then, I didn't even much know even where the transactions came from. I just went and disputed, saying that I was defrauded money. I'm missing like $403 here, $403 there, 100 here, 100 there. I mean, it was like back to back. So whoever took my money, they was like, they checked my balance inquiry first. They did that like 3 times the morning of. So if I have money on my card, why would I need to check my balance inquiry? So whoever stole my money, they did a balance inquiry like 3 times. And then like the third time, it showed to where they went to a store, which was Walgreens. Now I know. They went to Walgreens off of Flamingo, and they went in the store and they withdrew 403 first. Then they turned around within 60 seconds, they withdrew another $403. Okay. And then like 2 minutes later, they withdrew another $100. So in total, that was like almost $900 back to back. Then they left that Walgreens. Then they drove up to Flamingo, past Russell Jones. Russell Godis and Jones at that 7-Eleven store. They walked in that store and then they took another $100. And that's when my card was locked. They had exceeded $1,000 plus the ATM fees. So I did the dispute. Didn't reply back to me. Then I went to the North Las Vegas Police Department and I filed a police report. So they gave me my claim number. I told him what had happened. He said someone would reach out to me. By the time I got the police report, I faxed everything to them, letting them know I was serious. I mean business. I want this person to be caught. I want this person to be found, and I want my money to be given back to me. So I called one of the customer service ladies. I spoke to her, and she said, "Well, what's going to happen is they're going to put your money back into your account until they investigate it." None of it happened. They didn't put my money back in my account. They left me confused. They left me crying. They left me like, how could someone do this to me? I'm a senior lady. I'm disabled. I'm living on a fixed income. So that money to me was a blessing in disguise. It was a blessing and a curse at the same time. I felt like it was a blessing and a curse at the same time. So when I got the police report, I sent it to them. And like a day or two later, I got the letter from the dispute department. And they was telling me on the dispute that we're sorry to inform you, but we denied your fraud claim due to the fact that you authorized those transactions and that you benefited from the money being taken out of your account. So therefore, your dispute is denied. Almost saying it. 'Cause at that time, I felt like they had defamed my character. I did a lot of things in my life, but a thief I am not. I will never, ever take my money out of an ATM machine and then go file a fraud report just to get it back. I don't get down like that. But that's how they made me feel in the letter that they had sent me, that I am a thief, I'm a fraud, I stole my own money, so they're not going to give me my money back. They're not going to give me my money back. And they didn't give me no option to dispute it, to reject it. They just said their decision is final. If I had any questions about the letter, to call the number on back of the card. So when I gathered myself and came to, after the shock that I had just read on their decision, I called them and I said, why did you guys say that I am a thief? Why did you guys say that I stole my own money? Why did you guys, defame my character like that? I said, I am not a thief. My mama didn't raise no thief. So I requested the documents that they used to criminate me for stealing my own money. I requested those documents. And don't you know, they sent me, these are the 2 documents that they sent me. And on these 2 documents, it was saying that it have on these 2 documents that all my movement, not the thief movement, but all my movement, all my transactions that I had made on that card. It had where I went into the US bank after I got my new card and changed my PIN, which is what everyone, do when they get a new card. They change their PIN, which is what I did. I went to my bank, US Bank, and I got a cash advance. All that stuff is on here. Everything that I did with my new card, they have it on this document. It don't have any information about the thief. On this page right here, they got where the thief checked my balance inquiry like 3 times before they made their move on my account, on my card. They got what they did, but that's an excuse. That's an excuse. But what they was focusing on was my transactions, not so much as the fraudster, the scammer that went into the store and stole my money. And then they're going to have the audacity to print a map. See this map right here? It shows my address on here. And then it has like this little road map to Flamingo. I don't even frequent that area at all. I have no reason to be in that area. On the morning of the 10th of February, I was in my bed, sleep. But this just goes to show you, this is a botched investigation. They did not investigate my claim thoroughly, because if they did, they would ask for video, would ask for videos from the stores that my money was stolen from, to see if they see me on a video, or if anybody that I know or could know that came and used the ATMs at the time that was on my bank statement. It said that it happened at 1:09 a.m. in the morning. I don't know if it's our real time, Vegas time, or it's Florida, where the dispute is from. Jacksonville, Florida, is where the bank statements are coming from. I don't know what time they go by, our real time or the Florida Jackson Eastern Standard Time, because we're Pacific in Vegas. Florida Jackson is Eastern Standard Time. So investigator called me from the police department. She said she would be handling my financial fraud report. But she said I furnished her with all the information that I had in my possession, trying to give her a roadmap or leeway to what could have happened, my movements, everything I did from start to finish. I furnished her with everything so that she can, have something to go by to start her investigation. So I sent her transactions that they sent me. I sent her this with all the transactions that was fraud, and it's 4 of them, starting from 403, 403, 100, and 100. That totaled up to $1,000 plus the fee that they charged for using the ATM. So what my investigator did, and it's still on investigation, she requested the videos from the store. But when she went to inquire about the real time that's on the fraud statement, they sent her a video back with no one using an ATM at the time. That was on my bank statement. She said, could it be that the time on your bank statement is the time for Jacksonville, Florida? I said, why would it be that? And it's real time, I'm thinking it's real time from the time that's showing on my bank statement, which is 1:09 a.m., 1:11 a.m. And then the last one was at 2:51 a.m. So that's our real time. But when she requested video from the stores, one store, Walgreens, said there was no one using the ATM at that time that she requested. I said, well, somebody had to come in that store and take my money. And then 7-Eleven sent her the video of everybody that came in the store between 1:09 and 1:11. And she said she didn't see no one using the ATM, but she said there was 2 people that stood out on the video, but they was around the ATM, but she didn't see them using it. Last but not least, the finished product is that they're not going to give me back my money until I show them proof that it wasn't me that authorized those transactions, in which now is still under investigation, like I told the lady. And I just felt robbed. I just felt like they just didn't care. They didn't credit my account back the money while they investigate. And I just felt like they use these cards to rob people, or they know who do it. It could be inside. I don't know. But whoever it was had a duplicate on my card with my PIN number.